Dante's Divine Comedy, Inferno, Canto the VIII.
There's a big field and a lot of people pushing rocks at each other. They went to a gross, grimy swamp with the wrathful people there and people who didn't appreciate life.
Dante mentions coming up to a tower, and he describes how up at the top of the tower, these two giant flashes of flame go off, and then a few seconds later, way off in the distance, he can see another flash of flame. Virgil points, there's this tiny little boat shooting through the mist across the swamp towards them faster than an arrow. There's just one guy on this boat, and he looks super excited to have new souls to torment.
Cue, oh, you shouldn't be here situation.
Virgil calls him Phlegius. Phlegius in Greek mythology is a son of Ares, an immortal woman. At some point, Apollo seduces his daughter, which makes Phlegius really mad. So he destroys a temple to Apollo, which is such a heinous thing that he was banished to the underworld for it. Virgil explains the whole deal to him, right? He's like, sorry, dude, unfortunately, we're only gonna be here with you for as long as you can take us across the swamp, and then we're going on, because you can't do anything to us. And Phlegius is super mad. Like, he throws a huge fit. Like, he's so upset. He was super excited to have new people to torture. Virgil and Dante, they step into the boat. As they're going through the swamp, someone, like, pops up from underneath the mud and says, "Who in the world are you?" Dante recognizes him as Filippo Argenti. This is a political rival of Dante in life. In fact, their families are basically harsh political rivals. So Dante insults him and says, like, you know, I hope you rot in hell forever.
Oh, gosh.
Filippo grabs onto the boat as if to try and, like, pull himself up on. Virgil runs over and pushes him off, says, no, you can't get in here, go back. And then he turns to Dante and, like, compliments him for telling the spirit off like that. A few times in the past, Dante's shown a little bit of pity or remorse for the people here in hell. This is the first time in the cantos that Dante has done the opposite. I don't know what the opposite of pity is.
Sternness.
Yeah, sternness and or disgust at the spirits in hell, which Virgil explains to him is like, that's good, right? These people have been put here by God. It is fair to judge them harshly.
Right.
Some of the other souls who are around here also recognize the guy, and they all rush over and, like, dogpile on him to the point where they kind of sink him down back beneath the mud.
Oh my gosh.
Virgil points out ahead of them the city of Dis. Dante notices within the city these glowing red mosques, like superheated metal. Virgil says that it's within those mosques, and the reason they're glowing so hot is because this is where the fires of hell are made.
Oh, wow.
Around the city is this very tall iron wall. They come up to the shore. Phlegius chews them out as fast as he can and just leaves. They come up to these big metal walls. There's a gate, but it's closed. Looking down on them from up top of the wall are all of the rebellious angels. Back in Limbo, we saw the angels that didn't pick a side in the rebellion against God. Here are the rebellious angels who rebelled against God. Virgil steps forward and asks to have an audience with some of them. He's gonna try and, flash a little card and be like, on a mission from God. The angel says, we'll open the door and let you in. You gotta leave him out, though. Dante's gotta turn around and go. I'm gonna read the translated line here. Reader, judge for yourself how each black word fell on my ears to sink into my heart. I lost hope of returning to the world. So all he can think about is turning around and going back on his own. I mean, picture this guy. He's 5 layers down into hell, and all of a sudden he's got this image of Virgil leaving him and being lost in hell, having to go back up on his own.
He's already had to, like, have Virgil describe everything to him as they've come up to it and explain things.
And every time they've run into a gatekeeper or a monster, Virgil's the one who's taking care of it. So he starts panicking. And Dante, he, like, grabs Virgil's sleeve, like, please don't leave me. If we gotta turn around, please come back with me. Virgil's like, calm down. Nothing can actually stop us. I'm gonna step away for a second to talk to some of them, but I'm not going to leave you alone. So he steps up to talk with some of the angels. They, like, come down, they open the gates just a little bit, and some of them come out to talk to Virgil. At some point, they all run back into the gates and, like, slam it behind them. When he gets to Dante, he says, look, I'm a little disappointed, but don't worry about it. No matter what these guys are going to do, we will keep going eventually. I had hoped it'd be a little bit easier, but We are still going to keep going. He notes that these angels have always been like this. These are the rebellious angels who rebelled against God, but they used to guard the gates of hell. Those are the big doors that they first went into when they were in the woods, that big stone gate that they went through the first time. They used to guard that. But then, when Jesus was crucified, when he came down into limbo, he went to that door, he broke it open, and no matter what they do, they haven't been able to close it since. So, there are powers more powerful than these guys. In fact, at this very moment, the Great One is at that gate right now. We just gotta wait for him. He's gonna come. He's gonna help us through. And that's where the canto ends.